so annoying. That's so rude. I'm trying to film. Can you build some other time? Hello everyone, my name is Tasha and today I will bring to you my top 15 books of 2015. Goodreads told me my average rating of books was 3.6 stars, which I feel like is kind of bad. I wish I had read more amazing books and not just average books. I read a total of 87 books in 2015, which compared to my other years when I did the Goodreads reading challenge was amazing. For now, I will get into the top 15 books that I read last year. I have to say it was so hard for me to put these in order. Some of these are kind of changeable, like the ranking. Coming in at number 15 is The Piper's Son by Melina Marchetta. This is a companion novel to Saving Francesca. I've read quite a few Melina Marchetta books by now, but I have to say this one is probably my favorite so far. The thing is, with her books, the beginnings are very slow for me, but then suddenly I'm so attached to the characters and the story, and the ending is never enough. I always want more from them, and the same happened with this book. Coming in at number 14 is Drowned by Esther Delcino. I've mentioned this book quite a lot on my channel a while ago. This is a retelling of the classic fairy tale The Little Mermaid, kind of a dark and twisted retelling. The writing in this book was absolutely beautiful. It was heartbreaking. If you're a fan of fairy tales, and especially The Little Mermaid, I think this book is definitely worth a read. Coming in at number 13 is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. When I read these books, these were all equally my favorites. And while I do love all of those books, I think my favorite is definitely Anna and the French Kiss. I just really liked Anna as a main character and her friendship with Etienne. Coming in at number 12 is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I read this book just a while ago and I really enjoyed it. It was really addicting. I even recommended this to my brother, who does not read, and I have tried recommending books to him in the past, but he never really read them, and I recommended this to him and told him what it was about, and he seemed really interesting. Coming in at number 11 is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Back when I read this, it was way out of my comfort zone, like mystery and adult and whatever. But the movie had come out by then, and I was really intrigued by the premise. I was absolutely blown away by this book. I read it in like a day and a half, and it definitely made me want to read more adult fiction. Not necessarily mystery, because I don't think that's my cup of tea, but just adult fiction in general. Coming in at number 10 is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This book absolutely broke my heart. It's historical fiction about Achilles and Patroclus. I'm not quite sure what it's a retelling of. I have no idea. I didn't realize this was like an actual retelling of someone, but it is. I just don't remember about who. I mean, I guess obviously Achilles. Yeah, this book is about Achilles and Patroclus and them meeting and getting to know each other. Oh my god, it was so beautiful. The ending made me cry so much. It was so heartbreaking. Absolutely beautiful. Coming in at number 9 is The Winner's Crime by Marie Rudkowski. This is the second book in the Winner's trilogy. To be honest, I don't remember a lot of this book because I read it at the beginning of last year, so like a year ago. But I did give it 5 stars, so there must have been a reason for that. I do really like this series and I'm very excited for the last book. Coming in at number 8 is A Work in Progress by Connor Franta. And this is a book about Connor's life so far. I did post a video review for this, so if you want to hear more of my thoughts on this book, I will leave a link down below. I thought this book was absolutely beautiful and so inspiring. This book inspired me so much, and what I also like about this book is the photography that is in this book by Connor Franta. He's a YouTuber, if you're not aware of that. If you're a fan of him, I definitely recommend this book. Coming in at number 7 is a book that I just recently read or listened to, and that is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I listened to the audiobook of this. This was such a brilliant fantasy book. I really loved the world in this book and the characters, Laia and Elias. The voice actors of the audiobook did a brilliant job. I really enjoyed listening to this. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite fantasy books now. I'm very excited for the next book. Coming in at number 6 is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This book absolutely blew me away. I love her writing and her characters. Ooh, we're getting into my top 5 now. Coming in at number 5 is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. This is by far the book that has made me cry the most ever. Just thinking about it, I want to cry again. And I say that every time, but it's true. This book has actually ruined my life because this book is making me avoid books that might make me cry. I don't know if that makes sense. Obviously, there are these books in the contemporary section that are bound to make you cry your heart out. And if I know a book is gonna be like that, I'm avoiding it because this book, All the Bright Places, has ruined me. It made me cry so much, so I'm avoiding books like that. I still really love this book. Coming in at number 4 is The Fairy Prince by Rachel Morgan. This is actually the second book in the Creepy Hollow series. While this entire series is an all-time favorite of mine now, which you might know if you've been here, I talk about this series all the time, but The Fairy Prince is definitely my favorite in the series so far. If you have not heard of this series yet, or like heard me ramble about it, it is a YA fantasy series about fairies that protect humans from magical beasts and things. I have videos about this series, and I will leave them down below. The first book, The Fairy Guardian, is free to download as an ebook. Coming in at number 3 is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Vicious is a story about the extraordinary, so people with like supernatural powers, and it's about these two guys, Eli and Victor, and they acquire supernatural powers, and they kind of turn into anti-heroes. Well, Victor turns into an anti-hero, and Eli, who thinks he's a hero, is kind of a villain. Oh my god, everything about this book was so amazing. The writing, the story, the characters, the interactions of these characters. I loved everything about this book. It was absolutely amazing. Coming in at number 2 is Night Owls by Jen Bennett. This was definitely my favorite contemporary book of 2015. I haven't seen it pop up on BookTube a lot, which I think is a shame. I also have a review up for this book, which I will link down below if you want to know more about my thoughts and feelings about this book. This book is about two characters, Bex and Jack, and they meet on this midnight bus in San Francisco. From then on, they keep on meeting each other, and Jack is a wanted graffiti artist, and only Bex knows that it's actually Jack, this graffiti artist. I can't even pinpoint what my favorite thing about this book is. If you're a contemporary reader and fan, I definitely recommend this book. As soon as I had finished it, I already wanted to reread it. And coming in at number 1, although I'm not gonna say it's my favorite book because I couldn't decide a favorite, but for now it is my top 1 book of 2015, and that would be Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. It was so amazing. I fell in love with every single character. The story of this book was so amazing. The interactions of these characters were amazing, and oh my god. So those were my top 15 books of 2015. I would absolutely love to know your favorite books of 2015, so please comment down below and tell me about them. I would love to talk about it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Here's to a great reading year in 2016, and that was it for this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!